Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is July 9th, 2022. This is episode 520, I believe. Today we're looking at Crystal Planet. This is a number one issue coming out from Opus Comics. It came in at a whopping $4.99 for 24 pages of content. And you can see this is the what they call these guys. I just read this the other day and I'm blanking on what they call these guys. But these are the good guys. They're dressed in black. Now, this is kind of I don't know what you want to call it, a passion piece done by the guitarist Joe Satriani. If you're familiar with him, I think in the 80s he was really, really big through the 90s. Guitarist, mostly, I believe, instrumental music. I had a big album, I think it was called Surfing with the Alien, something like that. I could be wrong on that, but something similar to that. Very good guitarist, very technically gifted, just really, really good guitarist. Now, he had an idea for a comic, and we're going to get into this. Why don't we go ahead and take a look to see who worked on this first. As you can see, the composition on this, it's okay. I mean, it's just kind of pretty standard. We'll get into who worked on it. There you go. Joe Satriani and Ned Evett were the creators. The script is by Tony Lee. The pencils by Richard Friend. The colorist was Carlos Cabrera. The letters and book design was Jacob Basquel. The editor was Alexi Leon. And then you had some other covers here. You can see who worked on the other covers, A, B, and C, with Joe Satriani. I think that's like a blister. Nope, cover B is the blister pack. And we'll take a look at that as well. So about this, they have a number of books that seem to be based on music right now, Opus does. And Joe Satriani is doing that. You get a little blurb about what Joe went through to do this, how he got the idea. The idea came to him over 10 years ago, and he's fleshed it out onto this comic book. Unfortunately, this is a not recommend unless you're just a real Joe Satriani fan. I don't think you'd really care too much for it. Part of it is it feels like a real first-time comic book, like the independent type that I review quite often on the show. But don't really recommend it. Just they need more work. It always seems like they got a decent idea and it just needs more work. Okay, then you have Joe's picks here. These are songs that go along with this comic, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. He talks a little bit about that. So, there you go. The reason that I'm not giving this a recommend, the art in it is just kind of okay, for one thing. The story it's a little all over the place. There's many themes running through here. There's a rock band that has gone, one of the members has gone and become a tech giant, and it's got a program that's a lot like Spotify. It's called Nullify. There's something called the Null. There's some other dimension that they got pulled into. There's kind of a bit of a love relationship going on with the son of one of the members and the daughter of another member, and one of the members just really disappeared and left his son to be raised by the other member who he can't stand. So there's a lot of stuff in here that just didn't make a lot of sense to me. You can see this is from the other dimension, the Crystal Planet area, where they're fighting these things called, oh god, I'm drawing a blank. The Red Wings. I can't think of the name of them, but as you can see, there's a couple here. These two are actually, I believe, lovers, and so that would be the mother of the son that somehow got left behind to save him. So the son was going to be a great guitarist, just like his father, but the father, for some reason, at one point breaks all his fingers to save him. It's never really fleshed out why that was going to save him from anything, but the father believes it to be so. You can see there's I believe what is the mother and the father here. And all these red wings, they're called the swarm. There's many of them, and these guys are protecting that other dimension from the swarm coming out. Now, I'm assuming that the swarm at one point is going to break into Earth. And we show the hero of this, the son, who's had a rough life. He's very bitter, very angry, and that's all the depth you get out of him, just bitter and angry. He is now a software engineer for the I believe it's the bass player that is now the tech giant, and the bass player is one that has raised him. And I do believe he wanted to follow in the footsteps of his father, be a great guitarist, but like I said, his fingers were broken for some reason. That was going to keep him out of being able to go to this other dimension, I think. So you can see here he is with the daughter of the person that raised him. So they're kind of like step siblings, but not really, because I don't think he was ever adopted. But they've apparently had some kind of relationship before, and it starts to fire up again in this episode, but doesn't go anywhere. And then you can see him, the loving father, taking care of the son that became the guitarist. And then that's all before the fingers got broken and the father disappeared for many years. Now the father comes back, he reappears. The son doesn't want anything to do with him. Tells him to go away. The name of the group was called Birds of Prey. And as you can see, they're kind of drinking up. There's a big release tonight for Nullify is the name of the music software that they're going to do. It's supposed to just know what kind of music to play depending on the mood you're in. And so it's got some kind of neuro link that will let them know what you should be playing. So he's attending this thing, and I guess one of these things makes its appearance, one of these red wings, and slices his hand. And of course he just tells him it's something else. And the girl's really concerned with him. She actually wants to get together with him, but he's kind of fighting it off. Now they have this other guy in here who I'm not really sure who he is. He's just another employee. And you can see the art's like kind of just okay. But yeah, this is a not recommend. You get a lot for the money, but the story is just all over the place. The reactions are kind of up and down, the emotions. One minute they're like want to kill each other, the next minute they're like really close together. These are the two members of the band, the bass player and the guitarist. And the next minute he has to be dragged off. He punches them, he has to be dragged off by cops. And he's kind of apologizing to the son. And look at the change in the girl here. She's like this one picture. Let's see if I can find the other one. Okay, there she is. She's looking there, and then all of a sudden, it's like ba-va-boom. Yeah, there's a little bit of changes in here. So you're getting a good look at this whole thing. Guy, I'm assuming the father went back to that other dimension. They say he's dead. And you can see that the two get together again here, and she's very sad that he's breaking it off. Yeah, that's how he finds out his father is actually dead. So there's a lot going on in this thing, and it's not really explained that well, unfortunately. So it is a not recommend. We do have a next issue coming out. The cover looks pretty cool on this. You got the guitar in there. The son looks like maybe he's getting sucked into this whole thing with his father. It's called Enter the Time Shredder. Yeah, there was a time shredder in here, which I'm not sure what that does. And we'll look at the cover gallery. They actually give you a full page, which is kind of cool. Here's cover A, which we saw already. Cover B will be the action figure with Joe Satriani and his guitar there. See the guitar accessory. Pretty cool stuff. I don't remember what brand he played. I think it might have been Ibanez. Could be wrong. And they have like the little Marvel-like Incendium Comics, even though it's Opus Comics. And here's the other cover here, which is kind of spacey. I kind of like this. It's cover C. This is the one Joe Satriani did. It's like a painted photo almost with some extra stuff on it. Okay, so also from Opus, this is music-inspired stories from the Incendium. You got these other ones. I cannot read the font on there. I'm not sure what that says exactly. I'm even zooming it in, so maybe you guys can make it out. Okay. And Halloween. Seekers. 7 keys. Halloween Seekers of the 7 Keys. And Disturbed, another band. It's available now at incendium.com online. Okay, and then they have the other covers again, showcased all together. So there you have it. Here's a nice graphic of a guitar, the back side of one, the electronics plates, the pickup, back side there. Kind of topographical looking, the body of the guitar. All right, so you've seen it there. Crystal Planet, thanks for stopping by and watching this review of Crystal Planet. As always, please like, please subscribe if you haven't, please leave comments, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.